DoorDash AdventurEZ episode trace passing. I am diving into a Tuesday night. It's the third round of what they're calling Takeout Tuesdays to support all of this jargon. It's funny, like I the smell of the different foods. I just did a Red Robin drop. Now I'm on my way to get a Man Mountain Mike's Pizza or whatever the hell the place is called. By the end of the day, your shift even, your car is smelling like so much different different foods, like like it was a the hell am I gonna call it? Oh, like a food court at the mall. Like you smell so many different food items. It starts to be like, whoa. It doesn't make me sick though. Like I've heard a comedian say, make a reference to smelling a bunch of food reminds you of living in an apartment complex and you can smell what everybody's cooking and it starts to make you, it makes you hungry, and then you start trying to think, well, what do I want? And if I could pick up like one item at each of the places I went, that would be just phenomenal. I mean, hygienically, yeah, I'm not on board with that. Like, oh, I'm just gonna have food with everyone else's, but it would be pretty cool to do that. Wow, this place is a lot closer than I thought it would be. So, Mountain Mike's, I'm calling it Mountain Mike's Pizza, getting back on soon. So what I don't know how many people, well, I can't imagine anybody enjoying wearing these masks. Like, that's the thing. But for me, in particular, my face, y'all see my videos, my face is fat. Like, my face is large. So, for me to wear something on my face is a lot harder than somebody who has like a skinny, like oval shaped head or something normal. Because my head is not normal shaped, and it does hurt a lot after a while to be wearing this thing. I get headaches real easy from wearing it. I don't like it. I seen a meme that's hilarious where, well, I don't know if it's a meme or just one of those quotes that someone wrote, but someone came into the bank wearing 3 masks, and thank God they were just there to rob me. Like, even as I'm talking right now, it's vibrating against my face, and it's really not cool. As a side note, they're supposed to be to help hygiene and all this. People are touching their, like, I watched a girl back at the place touch her face a whole grip to fix the mask because these things aren't comfortable. And that is counterintuitive to why we have to do this. Well, that's about as far as I want to go going off about something involving all this stuff. Because what I'm also doing, I want to turn my music on, but YouTube is sticklers about, they catch onto your stuff. And I mean, I'm not monetized right now, so I could afford to have some videos muted. Or I should just cruise around listening to my own music. But that's very egotistical to do. Also, I'm not Joe Exotic, even though it's not really his music. What a documentary. If anybody watching is tired of hearing about Joe Exotic, there's a lot of other things we're tired of hearing about right now. And I'm going to go ahead and chalk up Tiger King as something I am not tired of talking about. I could full on, see my ass is falling already. I could full on talk about, look at my fucking little pinche, like, Minahuni nose. Like, this thing is just, it's total crap. I should just wear it like that, because I mean, and driving around with it too. Anyway, back to Joe Exotic. What a phenomenal documentary. I'm gonna kind of give you a take on that after I drop this food off here, because this drop off is actually right around the corner. So I'll be doing the drop off, and then I'll talk about some Tiger King. Got to pick up from Mikado on my way to deliver it. So what I mentioned before I cut out was Tiger King is phenomenal. It touches on, well, I'll say, I would love to sit and do a podcast with somebody about how damn entertaining that whole thing was. I mean, it was I like how feels like a show, but it's not. There is a little bit of aspect to it where I kind of wonder, what did they fudge? What did they not fudge? I hear the Carole Baskin crap is that she says it's fudged or not, but you can't deny that anybody who throws each other under the bus, because that whole thing is just people throwing each other under the bus. Well, he does this and she does that, and it's like you all keep captive animals. And I'm not a big old, I'm not an animal rights activist, but I'm also not one of those, like, I never was a fan of the zoo, and it always felt like, cool, you're watching animals that have sat there and been captured, and it's cool to see for like a little bit. Like zoos, or even if it's hands-on, I did get to hold a little baby tiger when I was in Mexico, and who knows how those animals are. But as far as the documentary itself, docu-series, I mean, Netflix does a killer job of docu-series. Before that, we watched the one called Don't Fuck with Cats, and that was a really interesting one. I will say it was good, and I learned some stuff from that series, but I would have liked it to have been longer, but it also was just one story of one guy that was all over the place. The Tiger King thing, like, they really developed each person to like or dislike, or however you want to look at it. It was just done so damn well. The way that you feel like, ooh, this could not get any better, or this could not, and it does. I will say, I've heard, I'm going to quote him because I listen to them all the time, on Dan Le Batard. Stu Gotts says that he thought it was one episode too long, and I kind of agree. It felt like they could have condensed that last episode, but then again, it's not like we were sitting there actually dying for it to be over. Like, hurry up and be over so I can watch other stuff. Like, everybody who's watching this right now is getting blasted with the ads for it, and seeing all the memes and all the how it's taken its slice of social media in a time when there's just so much other crap and negativity and all these things. It's cool to have everybody in together on the joke, and I'm not one of those who buys into the shit everybody else is talking about all the time. Like, I hate Game of Thrones. Like, I didn't watch Breaking Bad. Like, I don't like shows. I don't like to feel like watching a show's work. Like, oh, I've committed to it. Like a bad relationship. Or like Walking Dead. Like, shows after a while. And I did watch some Walking Dead. And after a while, I was like, alright. Like, it's not just zombie killing. But it's also just, alright, we gotta run. And Tiger King grabbed you, held on to you long enough, and immediately it made more things entertaining. Where, like on YouTube, I spent a whole other night with Shalane digging into, like, what happened to this person, what happened to that person. Man, look how beautiful that looks outside behind me. Like, it rained and now it's, ooh, look at that rainbow. Like, that's a crazy rainbow with the sun hitting it. That's really pretty, actually. I'm gonna get a picture of that in a moment. Did you know that rainbows, like, the rainbow I see right now is already different than the rainbow I see right now? Because rainbows are a prism. So, you got to learn something right there. I wanted to tell you that. That's fun. I'm getting close to my delivery here, so I'm going to cut out here so I can get a picture of this rainbow real quick. Another awkward pickup at Baskin Robbins. So, something with DoorDash, they have this thing called an activation kit. With the activation kit, you get the red bag, and you get a red card, which is like a charge card, a MasterCard. And I think they just, when someone places an order, they load the amount of the order onto that card, and then you just pay for it with that red card. They talk about it opens up more options for you, and it does. But that's a really awkward thing to be doing, is going in and taking someone's order, because what's happened, and it's not as bad now since I'm used to it, but the flavors that are on the website or DoorDash don't align with what Baskin Robbins is. Or Carole Baskin, that lying bitch. So people should protest Baskin Robbins if they're anti-Carole Baskin. I wonder if it's the same family. Anyway, you have to go in and order the food. I think I said this on like one of my other videos, I think on episode 2. And select the card, pick it up. But they don't have the flavors. They had one of them at least, but I don't like having to call people, and I don't like having to text them. You're going to have to contact them somehow and say, hey, they don't have this or they have that. So it was a little easier this time, but people keep asking for this one vegan non-dairy flavor, and they haven't had it. And the little mean part of me is like, that's what you get for being vegan non-dairy. You don't get to eat normal ice cream like the rest of us. But you could pick any flavor and they wouldn't, and they could maybe not have it because a lot of places aren't. But if you are going to do DoorDash, I'll say that. So, because I was trying to kind of learn it, y'all, a little bit. The red card deal, you're going to end up having to pay for orders with that. Instead of it adds like one extra step to your order. Like, not only do you have to go in and Baskin Robbins doesn't have a drive-thru. And our Baskin Robbins is really like tiny. So thank God no one was there. But last time there was people in, and there goes social distancing because everyone's all munched up and trying to see what they got. And also, I think Baskin Robbins has more than 30 on flavors. So I caught them lying.